Hello, this is New Wave of BritishHeavyMetal.com. Today is the 31st of October 2020, and here I'd like to revisit a post I put on the website back on the 7th of June 2019, which looked at Nth Ascension's album Stranger Than Fiction. Before we get into that, the usual favour, if you would be so kind, and that's to consider subscribing to the channel. That would be a big help, really would. Appreciate that. Anyway, back to this, Nth Ascension. Now, it's no secret that the new wave of British heavy metal is, my favoured genre of music. But I grew up on it, but I also grew up on prog, and that stayed with me ever since as well. And I'm always on the lookout for a good prog album, and Nth Ascension fit that bill to the T. They really do. This is their third album. I've got the other two, and I'll put up a video about them in due course. But this is their third one, Stranger Than Fiction. And if you haven't heard of Nth Ascension before, which is quite possible, I suppose, it's a prog rock band that you do need to check out because they are of the highest order. They really are. I mean, the first two albums were first class, but for me, on this third one, they've really upped the game to even higher levels. It doesn't disappoint at all from start to finish. It's got everything on here. You know, the opening, which is the opening song, kicks off with really something. It's sort of eerie, spooky, haunting instrumental. I suppose that's quite fitting, seeing as it's Halloween when I'm recording this. But anyway, digression. True Identity follows on from that, which has got a really very strong riff, and the song drives along, giving in fine 5 minutes of sort of prog heavy symphonic rock, and the guitar and the bass and the drums all locked together and really beef it up, and there's some really excellent keyboard work in there as well, and a powerful vocal. It's an excellent song. Then we got True Identity, which is a bit trippy, I suppose. Fire in the Sky has a bit of a pastoral feel to it. Daryl Treese Birch on keyboards really flexes his muscles on that one. He really is an underrated keyboard player in my eyes, or ears even. Next we get into some of the longer type of songs, and the one of them's beautifully crafted, around 10 minutes long, Reconciled, and the guitar work from Martin Walker really features strongly here, and there's some really deft fretwork going on there, which complements everything really well. Then we get into the long-running Clanan saga. I hope I've pronounced that right. And this has been the running theme through Nth Ascension's previous two albums and onto this one as well. It's a sort of an ongoing concept piece, I suppose, quite epic. And again, high-class inventive prog. We've got The Gathering, 15 minutes, Journey's End, somehow manages to be a bit of everything and all expertly constructed and delivered. But there's even more than that. There's an 18-minute closer, right? 18 minutes, proper prog, right? A prog album's not prog unless it's got a really, really long one, right? And this is it. 18 minutes, sound to light, superlative stuff. A slow, gentle start with more of that Treese Birch, wizardry on the keys, and it builds that momentum and that atmosphere towards a really rocked up middle section. And then it kind of switches back and forwards between everything 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. Remarkable stuff. What a song. I mean, there's so much first-class musicianship, ability and talent in this band. It's ridiculous. And it's all shown here to maximum effect on Stranger Than Fiction. And I'd say if you're an old Nawabum fan like me, a rock fan, a prog fan, whatever, listen to this album and give it time to sink in, and it will not disappoint. I listen to it every time, and every time I do, I pick up on something that I've not heard before. It's really complicated yet accessible. I know that might not make much sense, but there we are. I mean, Nth Ascension, Stranger Than Fiction. Check it out. Really do. As always, there is a link in the description underneath this video to the album on Amazon if you want to pick it up, and also the post on the website if you want to read that. I'd encourage you to do both. And of course, please, again, a little reminder to subscribe to the channel if you would. That would certainly be appreciated. And as always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.